Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Generation Shock.
Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. No one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
That's right. We're back
right.
on your screens, if you know what I mean. And man, this guy does that shit so weird. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Generation Shock. Oh my goodness, this guy is crazy.
I try to be Mr. Smooth.
It's the afternoon drive.
Yeah. How you been, bro?
Hanging in there, dog. You know, it's been crazy. Work's been a little hectic, so and then life always added on to that. But other than that, I can't complain, man, because ain't nobody give a fuck when I do.
Yeah. How about you look like you lost weight, bro? That's good. I can see it. I can see it in your face a little.
Oh, well, you can. I can't. I still feel like my face is. It's a shape. It's a round shape, and it's like I look at my skin tone. What I'm really noticing, though, like. You want to break down shit. I'm looking at your skin tone. I'm looking at my skin tone. I'm like, God damn, I am like pasty. I am fucking pasty.
And I have lights.
I got a light on me too, but it's like, I got to find the sun, bro, because I am pasty as fuck.
Oh no, I've been on vacation. I'm actually at the tail end of my vacation. I go back on Sunday. And I've been out on the sun. My son's been here, so I've been out.
This is the downside to not living in an apartment complex or a place that has a pool. Because I used to live in a place with a pool, so I'd be outside every day, relaxing by the pool. Like today, I would have went out there this morning, relaxed, did a couple. No, I'm stuck inside. Why? I'm fucking call me Casper, bitch. Casper, the non-friendly ghost.
Yeah. So, no, like I said, like I mentioned earlier, like my son just finished leaving. I've been out on a 2 weeks vacation. Needed.
2 weeks.
Yeah, bro. They got approved for 2 weeks. I was like, yes. I was like, yes. Nice. Well, technically, I was supposed to work Sunday, Monday, and then go on vacation. But I worked Sunday and they gave me Monday off, and I'm like, okay. So and then that started my vacation.
Yeah.
But it's been crazy. Like it's been more relaxing, chilling. My son came over. I feel kind of bad, right? Because he's 24 years old. It's just me and my wife here, and he like wants to go out every time. He wants to do something, right? Every day he wants to go out and do something different. I'm like, we could do things, right? But it's like the heat out here is crazy. That's why I'm a little tan, because it's crazy heat. So I went out a couple of times with him, and he's like, man, I can't wait to go home to get in the pool. I'm like, this is why we go out in the evening. We don't go out during the daytime.
You know, it's weird. Everybody be talking about the heat lately. I don't know what it is, but I don't feel it lately. No, I don't know what it is. Maybe, I don't know. I will say, like, you talked about my weight. I am trying to get back into a routine where I'm working out a little bit. And maybe because I go when I sweat in the morning. But I, like, if you would have saw me the day that I came by your place and sent you that picture, I was in a long sleeve shirt. Like, so I wear these, so what I've been doing is I've been wearing I wear stuff that, like, is sweat. I don't know, that helps to prevent the heat from hitting you, that I guess, or something. But I don't know. Maybe I haven't been outside like that, but I don't know. Like today, I after the gym, I was in my long sleeve shirt with my sweatpants on, and I was running errands and doing some shopping and stuff, and heat didn't bother me at all. Didn't feel hot at all. Yeah.
No. No. See, like with me, have you been working long hours?
Oh, that's all I do is work long hours.
That's why you're mostly in the AC, so you don't feel the heat as much.
No, but when I'm outside, I don't feel like, oh no, the heat's like, I mean, there's nothing, there's like, I was going to go golfing. I've been golfing out there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem that bad to me out there right now.
No, it's hot, bro. And but now lately it's been raining, and all that. So it's been raining like crazy. So I'm like, I had to remember to shock the pool. Excuse me. I had it's crazy. Huh?
Do the shocker?
No, the shock the pool. Shock the pool.
Yeah, so the shocker in the pool. I'm like, that's a hell of a vacation.
No. Yo, have you ever tried?
I threw you off. You didn't even know where to go. You're like, oh, no,
I was like, right. So lately, I've been. The wife's been shopping, buying stuff for the house and for the pool. You know, she's springtime. She likes to add new shit to the house and all that, make it feel fresh and all that. And she tells me, you know, sell the shit on OfferUp, Facebook Market. And I'm like, nah, I don't like selling that shit. First of all, I don't like people coming over the house and all that. And like, there's always somebody trying to scam you and all that. And then she's like, no, but try this and that. And I'm like, whatever. Anyway, so I tried it, bro. The first conversation that gets hit, it's a scammer. It's obviously a scammer. Immediately, as soon as I posted it, this is through OfferUp. As soon as I posted it, a quick response. Hey, is it? I'm interested in this and that. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, okay, send me. I'll be there tomorrow to pick it up. Send me your address and this and that. And then again, as soon as I said, the good thing is now that OfferUp and these websites are actually protecting the seller and the buyer. By the minute you send me the address, it gives you a warning. Do not give your personal information, this and that. And then it gives you for more information, click on here. And you click on it and it gives you like the rundown of, you know, be careful with this, be careful with that, meet in public areas and all that. And I'm like, I knew it, but this is just some crazy shit. I'm like, see, this is the way. And I text the wife like, this is why I don't want to do this shit. People are always trying to scam you and all that shit.
I guess my question is, what's the scam?
So I guess they want the address, because that's one of the information they'll probably need, right? If you give them payment, if you give them like, okay, send me the money through Venmo or this other, so they already have the address, you know, of ways of them accessing your account or getting your information needed.
What are you selling?
I was selling a table. I was able to sell it personally to somebody, but I'm selling outside furniture, right? Okay. For the, you know, I'm just selling just the chairs. They're aluminum chairs. They're good quality shit, right? But the thing is, the fabric broke after certain years of the sun hitting it. So now I have like 2-3 people hit me up for that, and you can tell, bro. It's first, there's no image on the profile, and can you send me pictures? Because I'm thinking buying this for my pops, and I need you to send him the pictures to this email. I'm like, why can't you fucking grab the pictures yourself and then you send them? Why do I need to send them? I'm like, so I text them back. I'm like, does this work with everybody? I go, and then I just I reported him and fucking blocked him. I'm like, this is stupid. Like, everybody's always trying to scam you. That's why I'd rather just leave it on the curb. Somebody picks it up and fucking takes it away. I don't have to deal with anything and I'm not that shit. Or Goodwill. Yeah, Goodwill will probably pick it up. Yeah. Didn't think about that.
Yeah, fucking drop that shit off at Goodwill. Fucking call it a day. Get a tax write-off. Money in your bank. Money in your pocket.
Yeah, I know. Especially the tax season's already. Tax season's already up.
Jesus Christ, where have you been?
I know.
Your wife must do the taxes.
Yeah,
you can tell. All right. Well, it's enough catching up. Let's get into some topics. Monster Week in Sports time, baby.
Gotta climb to the top, but we're never gonna stop. When the low, yeah, we going high.
That's right. It's a Monster Week in Sports. So we're gonna do a little different imagery for the Monster Week in Sports. How come when I do this, it feels like your face doesn't move? It just widens, like it just closes the gap, but my face gets closer.
It does. I think because what camera are you using
when I set it up?
You probably did. You probably put it for you to closer. I mean, did you get to change the size?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It was just weird. It's just
for you, it looks like it goes closer to you, and me, it just makes the image smaller.
Yeah, all right, we'll go back to there. Anyway, so
you don't like your facing close up, bro?
No, I'm good. I'm not there. Anyway, so we have the basketball going on since we've been talking. The Lakers just got eliminated. They got swept in 4 games. Yeah. So they are out of it. LeBron is sitting at home, twiddling his thumbs, figuring out what to do with his life.
He already knows what he's going to do with his life.
And Denver is in the finals for the first time in franchise history, I believe.
Is it?
And then, yeah, I think so.
That's crazy.
And then you got the Miami Heat and you got the Boston Celtics. And the Celtics just won the first game, avoided being swept. And there's a game tonight where everything should go right and Boston should lose, Miami should win. We should be looking at a Denver-Miami final.
Let me ask you this, right? If Boston wins today, do you think they have a fighting chance?
I think they would, but I don't think they'll win. The only way they'll win is if they win lose. They have to win the next two. They have to get to a game 7. Then I think they're fucked.
If we go to game 7, we win in game 7.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's why I think Butler will be exhausted.
But that's the thing, though, is I don't think Jimmy Butler is going to allow that shit to happen tonight.
No,
I think this dude's a fucking killer. He's going to go out there tonight and he's going to say no, because he knows if he loses this game, it's probably going 7.
Yeah, and I said this from the beginning.
Greetings and salutations to you too, my friend.
What's up, Chris? Like I've said this like before the series started. I'm like, it's gonna be game 7 with Boston and Miami. Like, no, Boston has way more talent. I'm like, bro, Butler is in that team, and that's all it takes, because he's a beast, and he is. Even though when he turns it on, it's on, bro.
Yeah.
It's just on, and he just hits it. He's the driving force of that team. Obviously, he has a good support. Talent for talent, yes, Boston has a better talent.
Do you know that
they don't play like they want to win?
Do you know like 7 of the players on Miami Heat are undrafted?
Yeah, everybody keeps saying that.
You say it like that's not a big fucking deal.
Who fucking
Why do you
cares?
make that face like it's not a big deal?
They're in the NBA. They can play.
It doesn't fucking matter. Obviously, they're in the NBA, but But you're talking what team do you know?
Chance. They were given the chance. Look, okay. The only thing this reminds me of sabermetrics with the Oakland when they played with all the bums and they won a streak. They even made a movie out of it.
Yeah, and they were still drafted. You're talking about drafted fucking players, bro. These are guys who that every team in the NBA said wasn't good enough to make it. Yeah. Every fucking person in the NBA said, you're not good enough. You're not good enough. You're not good enough. To 7 of these motherfuckers. And Miami's like, you know what? Fuck it. With Jimmy Butler, you're good enough. Like, don't make it out like it's not a big fucking deal, bro. It's a big fucking deal.
As far as them not being drafted and being overlooked, it's a big deal. As far as making it a value point, like for fucking, look what they're doing.
What team do you know in history has made it to the NBA Finals with 7 of their main players being undrafted?
Good thing you said NBA. None. I haven't heard of
what
none.
Sport period do you know where the majority of their team was undrafted? Name a single sport.
I can't.
Because that's not heard of. It's unheard of.
But undrafted doesn't mean this is my problem with it. It's just like they don't look for talent. Most people look for talent in the same areas, right? These guys were overlooked based on something they probably lacked or they weren't looking for it. And then Miami says, I'm going to take a chance on them. So Miami right now is probably changing how the game is.
Talk about real sports.
So
not that fake shit.
The whole league is undrafted.
Yeah.
So like Miami is setting up the pace where they're like, hey, listen, we can play. We doing it with less, right? People that put it this way. I will call them the bad batch. That's basically what it is. They were undrafted. So, but I don't give that too much of importance, right? Because they're still in
you can't throw out a reference to compare something to something.
Yeah.
And 99% of the people, meaning Chris, because he's the only one, probably doesn't know what the fuck you're talking about when you say the Bad Batch. Okay, so the Bad Batch is a Star Wars reference. So you want to elaborate on that? It's not my reference. Why would I be the one elaborating on it? Because I completely disagree with you. The Bad Batch aren't undrafted.
But that has nothing to do with the draft, right? So them being undrafted, every
what I'm saying is
announcer, every sports analyst.
The equivalent to the Bad Batch would be a team with like a Dennis Rodman and a Draymond out. The people are outcasts.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Well, think about it. If they didn't get drafted, they were outcast.
No. These people aren't people who didn't have good ability. Right? The Bad Batch always had ability. They just weren't part of the normal. These guys, they said, didn't have the talent. There's a difference.
That's
they
true.
weren't good enough to be drafted.
Hey, they're in the conference finals.
One of the 30 teams. And let's say there's 7 rounds. What's 30 times 7?
210, I think.
So you're telling me they weren't good enough to be one of the 210 players. And to you, it's like, no big deal. So what? Only, how many players are on an NBA team?
You have
like
11?
Fucking 12.
12, yeah, 12.
Okay. So 7 out of the 12 were never even drafted.
I know, and the guy with the one that looks Latino, that he's the MVP right now, bro. They're gonna give it to Butler,
and they're not even playing with 2 of their best players. Tyler Hero hasn't even played.
I heard. So the guy that looks Latino, he has a little ponytail with that weird ass haircut with a weird fit. You can tell he's undrafted because his haircut. But anyway, he got. You know how he got? They were talking about his story. You know how he got. Miami gave him the shot. I think there was a rapper that knows. I think somebody in Miami, and he said, "Hey, this guy is good," because he used to just keep himself competitive or to keep himself in shape. He used to go play with this guy at his gym. I guess he had a gym. The rapper had a gym, and then Miami gave him a shot, and then they're like, he actually made the team. So that means he had the talent. He just didn't get drafted.
Well, obviously they all have the talent, or they wouldn't be in the league now.
That's what I'm trying to say. So why is the big emphasis on, they have undrafted players? I mean, you don't want to be seen like that. I made it to the league.
A team that was made up of 60% undrafted players? Where?
None.
Like you make it out like it's not a big deal, but you can't name a single major professional sport that's ever happened before. Right? Like never.
But see, where I have an issue with it. J. Cole, yeah. Where I have an issue with it is how they say they were undrafted and all that. So, and I'm like, well, because nobody cared to look for the talent. Nobody cared to pay attention.
Yeah, you're right. Because there's 30 teams who don't give a fuck about looking for talent because they're not getting paid millions and millions upon millions of dollars to do it. They're just fuck it. We'll just take random. We're just going to throw a fucking dart at a board. He's who's undrafted. He's who's undrafted. Like, listen.
Sometimes people have what is called is that damn, what's the word I'm looking for? That little thing, the little magical piece that's missing.
It's so funny because you out of all people always brag about the fact that, well, look where Tom Brady was drafted. Look how great he is, and look where he was drafted. Oh, he's so good, and he was drafted. So who the fuck cares where he's drafted then?
199.
Who cares? That's nothing to do. Nope, it doesn't matter, right?
Hey, but there's a difference from being undrafted and being drafted 199 and becoming a GOAT, and being undrafted and possibly win an NBA Finals. There's a big difference.
Yeah, the one who was never drafted is a better story.
There's still more to go.
The one undrafted is a better story. And you know what? I got a story even better than that.
All right,
the PGA Championship just happened this weekend. Okay. If you don't know what that is, it's one of the 4 major championships in golf where everybody plays. So the live golfers, which you probably don't remember, we've talked about before, came over and played in this tournament. And Brooks Koepka won, right? That's just I don't want to bury the headline there. But there's a PGA professional, which means he's not part of the tour, but he teaches golf. That's his profession. So he's part of the PGA Association because he has a card from the PGA to be allowed to teach golf at a golf course to people, and he gets paid to do it. He qualified for the PGA for this championship. Okay.
Interesting.
He made the cut. Okay. So there's a guy who made the cut that beat out people who do this for a living, do nothing but play golf. Not only did he make the cut, the dude finished 15th on the round.
That's a story, bro.
$300,000 he won, and he got an automatic bid into the next one. But wait, the story gets even better. Okay. On the last day, which is Sunday, he, on the 16th hole, playing, mind you, by the way, he was teamed up with Rory McIlroy that day. That's how good he was doing in the tournament. Rory, you've heard of Rory McIlroy, right?
Yeah.
This motherfucker dropped a hole-in-one, and it was not just any hole-in-one. This shit landed in the fucking cup.
Like on net.
Hole-in-one. Didn't bounce, didn't roll, didn't do nothing. Motherfucker drained it. Fucking perfect. and didn't even know dude. The place fucking erupted.
People
then
love
he
the
gets to the
underdogs.
18th hole, right? And if he doesn't finish in 15th, he does not get invited to come back next year. He has to play to try to get in. Motherfucker hits a arid shot off of the left of the green. People standing around him everywhere. Almost, dude, he has to go up and over. Can't see the green. Land in this one little spot to even get a chance to putt it. Motherfucker literally has people lined up in front of him. Fucking hits this shot, dribbles on, has an 8-footer left for par. If he does not drain this shot, he will not qualify for next year's PGA Championship. Dude, this shit just fucking goes and just sits for a second and then falls in.
Oh, that's a story, bro. That's a movie.
Dude, he's been all over the news. Dude, you can't write a script. Yeah. This guy's 46 years old. He's been playing golf his entire life. He's spent $150 is what it costs for people to get lessons from this guy. They did the math. His 4 days of golf would have amounted to 1,920 golf lessons he would have had to give to make that money. Okay. It was an amazing story. People, the news, he was on the Pat McAfee show. He's been on Sports Center. He's been on fucking everything.
What's his name?
Dude hit a hole in Michael Block. This motherfucker hit a hole in one on the last day of the PGA Championship on hole 16 and fucking dunked it.
That's
fucking
crazy.
Wild. Yeah.
That is good. That is a great story.
Yeah.
But
what do you mean? Maybe someone just overlooked his talent. What's the big deal?
They did. Well, actually, golf is pretty different. Golf is an individual support, right?
Yeah, there's no overlooking talent. He just never played go.
Exactly. Maybe. But my curiosity, did you ever watch his interviews? Because I'm about to look for his interviews.
I watched all of them.
All right. So what made him do it this year?
So he said that the one thing that he did different this time than the rest is he just didn't give a fuck. He went out and played his golf. So he was saying that what would normally happen in these tournaments, he was trying to be all prim and proper and, oh, yes, man. Like this time he just went out there and said, who fucking cares?
Yeah. Who am I? Who am I? Yeah.
Yeah. And so literally to the point that none of the professional golfers had this happen. He's playing on Saturday, right? In this golf tournament to try to win and be a part of it. And they're interviewing him as he's walking up to his shots and he's talking to the commentators. Yeah, I had a pretty good shot there. Yeah, this is amazing. I'm over here with Justin Rose. As he's walking to the ball. I'm with Justin Rose. It's really cool. It's amazing. Hold on a second. Let me put down my headphone and hit a shot. Puts down his headphones, fucking hits a shot, fucking great shot, gets back on the headphones. Yeah, things that other golfers aren't even doing.
He's gonna change the game. The PGA is using this now also as publicity, right?
You know what? He was automatically invited without having to qualify for this weekend's round. And he's all over fucking ESPN today because today's the first day of the match. He's all over it. Everybody thinks this is like the feel-good story of the year right now. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. That is a great story. That's one of those things. It's one of those things that I watch also in music, right? I used to watch. I was watching America's Got Talent, and the guy is 51 years old, and he just decided to perform, and they loved him, and they're like, why this? And he goes, well, I had to stop doing what he loved doing music. He's like, I had to stop doing it to raise my kids. And then now that his kids have gone to college and all that, now he finally get to do what he did. And he just decided to just go ahead and do it. And he fucking got far in the show and everything. I was like, man, those are great stories. This is one of those things that, sometimes people put a stop to things. Or with this guy, the example, he's like, you know what? Before I just try to be somebody else, now I'm going to be myself and do it. And look how far it's gotten. And it's also all those years of practice and the training that he gave people. Because when you teach, you learn also. So now let's just say if he doesn't make a career out of this, his lessons are going to go up. His price is going to go up. So he's going to start a school.
Yeah. Some crazy shit.
Oh, something always come out of it. So that's great for him. That's a blessing, bro. That's awesome. That's a great story.
All right. That's about all I got for the Monster Week of Sports.
Yeah.
So we'll kick it into the next stuff. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. So I wanted to throw that out there.
It is.
Yeah, you got to go look it up though. You got to look up that fucking hole-in-one. It was epic.
Yeah.
Epic.
So also, I could imagine it was a part 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
At McAfee Show has announced that they are joining ESPN. He's no longer going to be independent.
Interesting.
Yeah. And they claim they're going to allow them to continue their format, which means cursing, foul language, everything they do
on ESPN.
On ESPN between 12 and 3 every day. And they're also going to be on ESPN YouTube, so you can still watch it on YouTube live.
All right, so I'm assuming when it's live on TV, if it is live on TV from 12 to 3, they're going to be blurring out the cursing, but on YouTube will be live.
Well, it'll be live, and supposedly they're not. They did the deal knowing. He said he's going to cut back on the fucks and shit, but everything else is still going to be a go. He's not going to change his show whatsoever, and they brought him on knowing that he was not going to compromise who he is for ESPN, and they said they're going to do it.
That's good. That's good for him.
Oh, he's going to fuck that up, Chris. Messiah is going to be looking up something other than he's going to be looking up the wrong hole-in-ones, brother.
Yeah. So I'm going to assume that this is based on experience, Chris. That you search for hole-in-ones and you got in the wrong thing.
Chris has been known to, look up some hole-in-ones. So it's been known. But all right. What else we got going on in the world today?
I've been watching so many shows and
anything good? Anything that stands out?
Shazam, the new Shazam on HBO Max. You didn't think it was all? It was no, not your cup of tea.
The highlight of it was Gail Galot did a cameo, which I was surprised about.
Yeah,
I
was surprised too.
You know what I think it is? You know why it doesn't really do anything for me? Because I know it's done. There's no more.
You think that's the last episode? The last movie?
Well, I don't think. They're not keeping any character that I've heard of from the Dan Schneider verse with this guy from Guardians of the Galaxy, James Gunn. Since he took over, he's redoing the entire thing. So if they keep him, great. But I don't think they're going to.
Interesting. Yeah. At first, you can tell that it wasn't her, right? Because they didn't show the face too much. They always show her with her back turned.
Well, no, they did that on purpose because at the end of the first one, Superman was there, but it wasn't Henry Cavill because they never showed from the neck up. So they were playing on that. It was a gag to make you feel the same way about that she wasn't. And then that was the surprise at the end that she was actually in the movie.
Damn. Yeah. Would you think it's actually, I think when I see those movies, I think of the movie that just came out that you asked me if I watched it from that has Star-Lord in it. Guardian of the Galaxy. It reminds me of that because the way the comedy behind it. Because Shazam makes me laugh all the time. All 3 movies makes me laugh.
Really? There's 3?
I believe so. There's 3.
I don't know where I missed
3 movies. The first one, and then the second one where they give the powers to his friends. Oh, that's the first one.
That's the first one.
And then this. Oh yeah, so 2. Oh, yeah, 2 movies. Yeah, but it reminds me of, I swear to God, I thought there were 3 for some reason. But it reminds me of the DC version of Guardian of the Galaxy because of the comedy behind everything. And I think it's a good story behind all that.
See, ESPN just gave me a fucking update. Like I say, when I tell you this guy is like...
I can't. No, your phone's...
Well, it gave me an update about how he's doing right now. This dude just is literally hitting a shot off of a bridge.
My man's
golf course.
He's
and
playing.
Just fucking knocked that shit almost onto the green.
He's just living his life, bro. He's just loving it. He's playing it. He's not playing it careful. He's just playing it.
Yeah,
that's it. He's like, what do I have to lose? Nothing. He has everything to gain right now. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I watched that. Oh, you know what? I've always stood away from because it didn't catch my attention. Shows like not The Office, Seinfeld, and actually now I'm watching Friends, and they're actually funny. Have you ever watched it?
They're fucking. That's why they're considered some of the best shows of all time.
But I never gave it a chance when I was younger, when it was like live on TV and all that.
Dude, those shows are fucking hilarious. I still get lost in them for hours.
And they are like right now we're watching the whole from season 1. We're in season 4 now. Every night before we go to sleep, the wife and I we watch a couple of episodes of Friends, and
Friends is great.
It's great. Good. It's awesome. I'm like, damn. I'm like,
it's one of the best TV shows ever.
I could, and then because I did read about years ago that they at the last season they each wanted $1 million per episode.
They were getting it.
And they were getting it. I know. So now I can see why. I'm like, damn, this show is very
Jennifer
so
Aniston
interesting.
Was so bad back then. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So bad.
Yep. Yeah, but that show, like, it was just one of those things. I've been watching that.
I forgot to grab some water and bring it in, bro. My bad. I had some, I made some ceviche, my homemade ceviche. So it's like literally limes and salt and onions and fish. And so I'm a little dehydrated. Yes, I need some water.
So he's like, you flirting him by licking your lips. You doing the LL? You doing the LL?
Yeah. So, girl, how you doing?
Yeah. So yeah. Oh, I think I'm almost finished with Jedi Survivor. Great game.
Oh, what console?
Xbox.
One or the XX?
X.
Oh. Say, let me hold that shit when you're done, but
no, it's digital.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I buy all the games digital.
Yeah, you would.
I mean, it's a great story, bro.
Yeah, like I haven't played video games forever. Just not my cup of tea lately.
Yeah, I play about an hour. When a new game that I want to play, I play about an hour to 2.
Yeah, I got vacations coming up though, so I'm excited. I'm going to Jersey to see my niece's graduation next month. So
high school or college?
Huh?
High school, college?
High school.
Okay.
So my family, we don't do the whole college thing. You know, it's not really
cool. Well, I mean, college is not for everybody.
Yeah, well, it's for nobody in my family, it appears. I guess.
You guys are all self-driven, bro. You guys don't need college.
Yeah, that's
like
driven off a cliff, maybe.
My son spent 4 years of college, and now he realized that he's not liking the field and the degree that he's in. And every time he works on the field, now he since he has a bachelor's in science, now he wants to be a teacher. So he's doing that. He's starting that path.
Oh, so he just doesn't want any kind of money in his life.
Yeah. That's what I told him. I go, well, it's up to you. I'm like,
well, maybe he's just gonna follow like daddy and find a woman that can support him.
Hey, maybe. Yeah. Not a woman, because he's gay, so he'll find somebody.
Oh well, my apologies. Find a sugar person, a man.
I don't see. People say it's a sugar mama, sugar daddy. That doesn't make any sense. If I wasn't working, I could say I have a sugar mama, but I'm working.
Yeah, but you literally do it for the discount.
That is true. And to keep myself busy.
You know, exactly. Could you go fucking stir crazy sitting at home?
Yeah. So I get cabin fever.
Yeah. So I mean, you just do it to get out the house. And I mean, hell, it's not a bad place to be if you're gonna fucking do it. Because we've talked. You're like, yeah, if I lose my job any day in my life, I'm not the end of my world. Where the rest of us are like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with I'm fucking screwed. I'm done. My life's over. I can't fucking survive.
But I also have a lifestyle that I love. So the money I make helps.
Yeah, I mean, the money gives you you basically give your money back to your job.
Some of it, not all of it.
Yeah, think about it. I mean, we know where the other part goes. It goes to your his and her BMWs in your garage.
Speaking, I think it's time for an upgrade.
Oh my God! I'm
already looking. I got the email and everything. I just got to write to the guy, be like, "Hey, listen, you have this new 240 sitting in the dealer."
We should do a thing since I got my car back in 2014, I think it was. How many vehicles have you owned since I've owned my one car?
6.
Jesus.
No, 4. Every 3 years, I just.
For clarification, that damn was an age of Messiah's son. Oh.
The what?
Damn.
Oh.
Kevin Hart voice. So I didn't know what he meant.
Yeah.
So. Oh, what else is going on? Anything coming up in the near future. I mean, this is the downside about like I love summer. Don't get me wrong, but this is the downside of summer, right? We're getting to that dead period. There ain't really shit going on, right?
Nothing.
Sports are ending because we're wrapping it up with basketball
NBA.
and hockey.
You
right?
have baseball still.
Once again, sports are wrapping up because like, do you even know a fucking single like thing about the Boston Red Sox right now? And guess what? I know nothing about the goddamn Yankees. Like it's so early in the season, dude. None of this shit.
That doesn't matter.
The only thing I will say that was really cool is there's rumors out there that they're trying to bring an MLB team to Orlando.
That'd be interesting.
That would be fucking dope. Because I would go watch.
Like, where would they? Like, I'm trying to. You know what I'm trying to do? If the wife doesn't want to do it, I'm trying to get the wife to do it. I'm trying to catch Orlando City game. I would love to go with one of those.
So if she don't want to go, fuck her. I'll go. She don't need to go. Wait until she takes one of her trips to wherever the fuck she's going.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because you know she's going to, and me and you will fucking go.
Yeah, I'm trying to like. You think they'll let me in with my lens?
Yeah. Why not?
I'm trying to take those great pictures, so maybe I get hired to do pictures for the league.
Yeah, I mean, you won't be. That's not going to happen. But yeah, I don't see why
there is a possibility that can happen.
No, there's not.
If I get great
that's how they make their decisions? Is some guy walks in with a camera? Yep. Okay. Yep. Hey, excuse me, sir. Do you mind if I do social media posts? Oh, you want to hire me to do your social media work? Great.
You know what? So far for 3 years in a row, I've been going to the Bass Pro Fishing here when they have it, the tournament.
Hold on, time out. If what ended up in Tampa instead of Orlando, Chris? Because if you're talking about a baseball team, there's already one in Tampa, dummy.
There's already a team there, yeah. So, like, for 3 years in a row, I've been going to the Pro Bass Fishing here in Kissimmee, in Lakefront, and still nobody has said, hey, you want to take pictures? I'll pay you for those pictures. None.
Yeah, no shit.
None.
Nobody gives a fuck.
And I've been taking those great pictures, but I've been seeing them fishing. I'm like, oh, I hope he pulls the fish out so I can get a great shot. I can just, network with him. Hey, here's your picture. Trying to make that side hustle, bro, so I can retire early.
Yeah, well, keep trying, bro.
See, he brought up a good point, right?
Yeah, his point is that there's always somebody and they ain't hiring them. They're not grabbing rando off the fucking side.
Hey, so what if somebody called out?
Why don't you just start doing like Peter Parker, listen to shit and fucking show up at crashes and scenes and then sell them to the newspapers? Speaking
of that, they look for people like that. And
why don't you do it?
And they say you have to be. It's like per diem, I think it is. It's like on the call. They call you, hey, we have a thing, and you need to show up. I'm like, I can't be like that, bro. I can't be. It can be 2:00 in the morning, and they want me to go. Fuck that, hell no.
Only in major cities, Mez. Tampa doesn't. The whole reason is they're talking about getting rid of the team in Tampa and bringing it to Orlando because they can't get fucking people in the stands. You really think they're gonna fucking put a second team in Tampa? Fuck out of here, bro.
The only time that gets packed is when they're in the playoffs. Or when they're playing like the Celtics, when they're playing the Red Sox or the Yankees.
No, the Yankees are the only one. They literally, it's a mini Yankee area. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's the only time.
So, yeah. But yeah, it's a slow time of the year, man. There's not a whole lot going on, not a whole lot out there. Trying to think, man. This is the slow season.
Yeah, it is crazy. Our governor is actually running for president. He announced it.
I fucking hate that douchebag.
Me too.
I hate all politicians. Let's not go there. It's not just him. I just don't like politics. Not a
Oh shit, man. This thing hurts my ears.
But yeah, he officially announced it. Also, right in the heels of Disney announcing they pulled out on their mega structure when we lost 2,000 jobs in Florida.
Yep.
So, good luck.
Hey. I see. If I was Disney, I'd be like, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking leave the state and go the state next over Georgia, and build a theme park there and make them the money, make the state the money.
And it's a matter of the state if the state has to give them the land and the ability and all that other shit.
It's the matter of the state. There's not a state that will say no to him.
I'll tell you what, though, if they pull out of Florida, Florida's done. Done.
Because Universal's not going to be able to do it by themselves.
Universal will pull out.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, what people don't think about, people don't come here for Universal.
Nope.
They come here for Disney and then they go to Universal.
Yep.
Like, so.
Yeah. So, no, I don't even want to talk about this.
I didn't know about that. I haven't heard about that.
Me neither.
Yeah.
They have over 100,000 employees, though. It's fucking crazy.
I mean, everybody's downsizing because of the economy, bro. Like, this fucking shit is ridiculous how expensive shit is. This is why I don't go out. I don't leave.
But, like, I don't understand. But I don't understand how they would be downsizing when they're fucking everybody's ordering through Amazon. Everybody. You trying to tell me people are spending less money now when I see the stores be packed?
I mean, I don't know what stores you see being packed.
Like, bro, now the numbers are not being like the same, right? But as far as you trying to tell me, like, people are not ordering through Amazon constantly.
I mean, people are, but they're probably outsourcing that shit then to the fucking postal service and shit.
Oh, hell yeah, they are.
So they can cut down on labor.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah, there you go. It is what it is, bro.
And what you forget is, as much as you think everything's busy, they hired a shit ton of people because during the COVID times, it was at a fucking peak. That shit ain't the same as then. They're going back down to normal, right? Like, people don't realize all they're doing is going back down to status quo because they ramped up for all that shit.
But
everybody's going through changes, bro. Every company, everybody is just, it's hard times out there, man. It is not easy to get by.
Nope.
So,
nope.
Super. I will say there's a couple good movies coming out though this summer. I'm excited about the Flash movie.
Yeah. Super what do you think? What do you think of that? I'm looking at that and I'm like,
you gotta go watch. Go on Max.
Yeah.
Watch the animated version because it won't be exactly the same. And I guarantee you're gonna be hype as fuck for that movie.
Really? Okay.
Dude, the animated movie Flash Paradox, dope as fuck. I loved it.
Okay, so I gotta watch that.
Yeah.
Just like I gotta watch. I'm getting ready for Ahsoka.
Yeah, I'm getting ready for that. Fucking dope. They got in Secret Invasion gonna be coming out.
Yeah, that looks. Is that a Nick Fury thing?
Yep.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a new character. Oh, Emilia Clarke is coming out on that. From Game of Thrones, Khaleesi.
Oh, I don't know who she's gonna be.
Yeah, she's coming out. They used her in one of the posters. I'm like, holy shit. So
so that's gonna be good.
I think she's gonna be Gia, G-I-A-H.
But I want to see the Indiana Jones movie. I'll go watch just because it's Indiana Jones.
Yep.
Oh, the new Witcher season, is that coming out this summer? I guess maybe.
Is it the guy from Superman? Is he gonna be the Witcher, or they already changed him?
I don't know, because Henry Cavill got cut from. It's his last season. They cut his ass from Superman, so who knows? He may re-up it and do it since he's been booted from DC.
Why?
Because I told you James Gunn took over. That's why I said the Shazam movie didn't mean all that much to me because all of those people are gone. They're redoing the whole thing.
Interesting.
That's the whole point of this Flash Paradox movie. Is it's supposed to allow James Gunn to do a hard reset and recast everybody in the fucking universe. So
that's why the new Superwoman, the Supergirl, whoever she's gonna be, she's in the new Flash.
Yeah.
But why is Michael Keaton in it? I know because he travels in time, right? He goes back in time.
So it's a multiverse.
Another one?
What do you mean another one?
Because both DC and fucking Marvel do
everybody
multiverse.
Does the same shit. They all have that. But yeah, so you have to. But that's why I say if you go watch the Flash Paradox, movie, the animated series, you'll understand like a little bit more about it because he alters timelines by traveling, and that is why you get different people involved. Because remember, Ben Affleck's in it too.
Is he?
Yeah,
I didn't see him.
He's in the trailer.
Oh, that's right. It is him. Yeah. Yes.
So there's different things going on because of him altering things.
Little Mermaid came out today. I think it's today. Tomorrow's coming out.
Well, they always say Friday, but yeah, it's out now. I heard it was a huge flop in China.
Really?
Yeah, bad. Like really record bad.
Like that's not a good sign for Disney.
Everybody knew it was going to be a flop though in those foreign countries because they don't like the racial and different, like they're very, you know what I mean? Like, like the fact that could even air it there was a surprise to me because they're very strict about certain shit.
Really? That's interesting. Just Disney doing their shit. I mean, I want to see it. I'm not going
Remember,
to
they were talking about banning Beauty and the Beast because there was talks about the Gaston and the guy that's with Gaston being homosexual or whatever. So they were going to ban it from being played. So they had to cut out scenes that gave the wrong innuendos. Also, you ever noticed how, like, in the world of cancel culture, and I don't understand. We live in a world of cancer culture, right? Where things get canceled left and right. How the fuck has Beauty and the Beast not been canceled yet? You're talking about a guy who kidnaps a woman, holds her hostage, okay, and doesn't let her leave. And then she falls in love with her captor. Like, how the fuck is people not trying
That's actually a syndrome.
Yeah, Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
But you would think in this day and age of how everybody's so sensitive.
Because I don't think anybody has seen it like that yet. Oh, interpreted
how people like not seen it like that? That's what the movie's about.
They're too busy trying to make a big deal about Ariel being black. And then the father, he's Latino. So it's like they're too busy making a big deal out of that.
I always thought that was funny because you notice that every redhead gets turned into a black person. What up, Steve?
No.
You didn't notice that?
No.
You ever seen the show Titans?
Nope.
On Max?
No.
The live action one?
Nope.
Well, you know, have you ever heard of the character Starfire?
Nope.
Oh, see, you don't know these characters, so it doesn't do me any good to talk to you about it. But Starfire in the comic books and in the cartoon, in the animated series, she's a redhead.
Okay.
They cast her as an African American woman or a black woman in the show, right? So, and then there was a couple other ones. I'm trying to remember what they were. There's been a few redheads that get casted. Jimmy Olsen, right? He's a redhead.
Okay.
You know who that is?
Yeah. No, I'm trying to figure out.
He's the photographer for Superman.
See, I'm thinking of Agent Coulson.
No,
That's
Jimmy
different.
Olsen is the photographer for Superman.
Okay.
And in the show Supergirl, he got cast as a black man.
Okay.
Like, for whatever reason, they take redheads and they cast them as black people, which is just, I don't know why. It's just funny, though.
That's weird.
Yeah. So, it's just been a thing. There's been others, too. I just can't think of them off the top of my head. But there's been other characters who have been, it's mainly comic stuff, I think. Like, that's where a lot of it's been from.
Yeah.
But it's definitely happened.
But to me, we were discussing this. I've had a discussion with some other people, and to me, it's not a big deal who plays the character. I know we get used to.
Oh yeah, that's another one. I didn't even think of that one. MJ, she's a redhead.
Oh, that's right.
And in the new Spider-Man, she's not redhead.
Girl? It's this girl. What's her name?
Zendaya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
see, it's okay to say it as long as Chris backs me up on it, because then it's not racial, right? Redheads are being casted as African Americans. It's crazy.
It looks good in those colors.
In what colors?
The mask, it looks good.
I just thought
a black person with red hair is especially female.
I laughed because in my opinion, when I remember, Wally West, that was the other one. Yes, the Flash show on CW. Wally West is a redhead normally in the comic books and everything.
I don't know who Wally West is.
He's one of the Flashes.
Oh, okay.
He's after Barry Allen, and he got also cast. Yep.
Wait, that's another good one. He's a redhead?
He's supposed to be a redhead, and he got cast as a black guy in the new series on
a black
CW.
Guy with red hair, or just a redhead?
Batwoman, that's another one. Batwoman is a white girl who has the fake red hair, and they cast her as a black woman. Yep. You see all these characters with red hair, and not even real red hair. Some of them had fake red hair, and they still procreated them to be black. It's really funny.
That's so interesting. Now I'm gonna start looking for those things.
But I was trying to say is, the thing that blew my mind, and for some reason, in my mind, who should have been casted as a black person in The Little Mermaid?
Who?
Ursula.
Sebastian. Why?
I don't know. Her voice in the movie, if you watch the movie, the cartoon.
Yeah, the cartoon.
It just, I could see that being a black woman.
What it is the charisma that she had in that.
She was very strong and independent.
Yes.
Like I could see her being cast as a black woman, and they cast her as a white woman.
Yeah,
like
because in the actual cartoon, she's a white woman.
No, because if we're going by the actual cartoon, Ariel's a white redhead, so that has nothing to fucking do with it.
I know that, but I'm just saying that is interesting though. And not only that, on top of that, the comedian.
Yeah, like I just would have thought I thought they would have casted her as a black woman. That to me would have been a fitting swap. Like you could easily place her there.
Yeah, but you know, either way, it would have created some kind of controversy. Yeah. So if you're gonna shock the system, Ariel, the biggest.
Well, that's the thing. Are you doing it to shock the system? Or are you doing it what fits the character type? Because that's what I'm saying. Ursula would have fit the character type.
Yeah. I just think they did it to whatever's gonna get more promotion, more people talking. Because you think like Disney, Disney sit here and be like, okay, let's cast this. Oh, what if we try this? They really do a poll on this. I'm pretty sure they do. Like,
are they doing the same polls that Bud Light did? Because that doesn't always work for you.
I know.
You know.
Yeah, but Bud Light, anyways, that's so stupid shit.
I'm not. I'm just saying, like, when my point is that you just don't know what's gonna backfire on you. That's all. So.
Did you really think it backfired on them? I don't think it did.
Dude, do you not know how much money they lost? Dude, those people got fired.
How much money got lost when people were just buying it to dump it?
No, I mean, if people are buying it to dump it, that's different. But
to protest
people
they
were protesting by destroying what they already had in their fridge.
It's already paid for.
I get it, but I understand what you're saying. But supposedly they lost $1 billion. That's what I heard.
Yeah, that's to be determined.
Yeah, so I don't know.
It's probably fake news.
So, yeah, I'm sure it is. So,
yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, who the fuck cares? Well, I don't understand what it has to do with the effect, like the taste of your beer. Just like, let's not get into that whole thing.
It's
to me, that's the stupidest shit I ever heard. Is I'm not going to drink something just because of an ad, dude. You know how many fucking horrible ads I see out there? Does that mean I'm going to stop doing things that I like just because of that?
And it always offends the white person, right?
Well, it always offends somebody. No matter what, somebody's going to be offended today.
So, but my issue is this: like, are they being offended because of what's happening, or because they're no longer casting white people to do the commercials? Because what if? Well,
remember, that's not. I don't know what you're talking about, because the person they casted was white.
Yeah, but they were transsexual.
That's my point. So, the color of the skin has nothing to do with it.
I don't think. But you're right. The color of the skin doesn't, but the fact that it's somebody else or somebody
one of their best commercials were not white guys. The What's Up commercials weren't white. Those guys weren't white.
It was all mixed.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So that has, I don't think you're. I mean,
no, you're right. You're right. It had nothing to do with that. But like, everybody gets offended for stupidity these days. Why can't people just live their life, and it doesn't matter who advertises them? Well, the problem, I had a guy actually tell me this at work. Right? He was like, first of all, it started off with a little complaint that it's hard to find somebody to help them because, there's not enough employees, whatever. So then it goes, I told them about the system and with the new thing that we're doing and all that. So once I told them that, he goes, well, as long as Best Buy doesn't go woke, I'm good with it. I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like, it's this stupid shit right now. But again, I don't want to get into that topic. That's a topic for another time if you ever want to discuss it. It's just stupid in the times we live in and all that shit. It's just crazy. There's too many things happening right now to worried about the stupidity of what advertisement gets advertised.
I'm more worried about my bank account than fucking who's on what advertisement. Okay, like. I don't listen. You can put anybody you want on a fucking advertisement if it's gonna fucking make things less expensive for me. Fuck it. I don't care. Right? And that's why I tell people. People hate me when I say this shit. It's like they're just like, oh well, what's your view on this? What's your view on this? I'm like, shit doesn't fucking affect me, so I don't fucking care, man. I care about shit that's gonna affect my life. Now, is that maybe the wrong way to live life? Okay, fine. But like, I don't give it like this Santi shit and everything going like. I don't fucking care about this shit because it doesn't affect me.
It does.
How?
So for right now, This law that he passed that you don't longer need a permit for carry and conceal. You can just carry a weapon.
Oh yeah, that's a little different. That could affect
that could affect you, right? So it's just my thing is this: all the changes, and I'll make this quick. All the changes that happen
anyway.
Yeah, all the changes that I'm doing with that has happening with the books and the library and the books that what can be taught in school, what can't. And I was having this conversation with somebody, and I was like, school was the best place. I know this is high school, so this is different than grammar school, than elementary school, middle school, and high school. But I had one of the best teachers in high school, and one of my best classes that I never skipped. I always made sure I go at least to that class because how much fun it was. It was actually a civics class, and the civics class, the way he treated it is, hey, we're gonna pick a topic and we're gonna debate on it, and we're gonna have an open dialogue. If it ever got too heated, that he jumps in and he'll be like, okay, and he'll start, talking about it. He'll start saying, well, this is that. Everybody has their point of view, but he knew when to jump in, when it's going to calm down and all that. He would also put people to debate on front, like if it was like a politician thing, and they'll bring up a topic and all that. And the fact that we had conversations and we had arguments was great. So now like school was a place for that, right? And now that all this shit's happening, now you can, and all these books, like what gives a person the power to, because he's the governor of the state, the power to do that, get rid of those books? Can't the president say, no, wait, you can't do that. It's illegal to do that.
Like, because the whole point of the government is what you just said is the exact point of the way the government was set up.
The checks and balances?
Well, not checks and balances. It's to allow independent freedom for each state that, yes, if it, certain things, like if it affects, are you frozen? Oh,
no.
You for a second.
No.
Oh, you're just very attentive.
Yeah. I'm paying attention to what you're saying.
It's supposed to allow for states to govern themselves. They don't want federal intervening on a state level. Now, there are certain things they will intervene with because it affects a federal thing. But for the most part, that's why like marijuana is allowed to be legalized independently state by state. Yeah. It's not a federally passed law. They don't want federal government involved in local government. That's the whole point.
Yeah, but I get that. But when it's something clearly happening where you're like, wait a minute, you're trying to eradicate, you're trying to dictate what gets taught in school. You're trying to do this.
The thing. The way the federal government sees it is, in order for that to happen, you have to have the majority of people living in that state agree with it. So why would the federal government step in and tell the majority of people living in that state that they're wrong?
That's true.
Right?
But at what point
the federal government says, if you don't like it, no one's making you live there. Get up and move to another state.
Yeah, but it still doesn't make it right for the people that decides to live here, right? Because there's people that can't afford to move. It
does make it right. That's where you have the right to go out and vote.
I get that. But so these bills that he's passing, we're not voting for that shit. Because I don't remember voting to pass the bill where you can carry a gun without a permit. I didn't vote for that shit.
Well, just because you're not voting on everything doesn't, like, there are things that, like, these bills I don't believe get passed. I could be wrong. I don't know. No,
it could be. That's what I'm saying. It could be passed by themselves, and then the majority of the senators and all that, they'll say, okay, this sounds good, we'll pass it. I'm pretty sure there's bills that gets passed like that, and then he has to sign on it. The governor has to sign on it. But as far as like, when does the federal say, wait a minute, that's wrong? You're getting rid of freedom of the press. You're getting rid of freedom of speech. You're getting rid of, like, in that state, it's clearly going downhill.
How are they getting rid of those freedoms? At least in my opinion. How are they getting rid of those freedoms?
Because they're dictating what you're supposed to teach in school, right?
Like, that's not a freedom. Freedom of speech, like I can't walk into. So freedom of speech doesn't allow me to go to the airport and use the word bomb, does it?
No. Well, so you could use it, but you'll
get arrested.
You get arrested for that because of the location you're at.
The point is that there are institutions, right? Yeah. That they have the right to dictate what is said and what is not. They're not saying you can't say it anywhere in the state. They're saying you can't do it at school, which is what? What is the school technically? Government property.
Yeah.
In a sense. Because they can't make a private school can do whatever the fuck they want. But public schools, they're called public schools because they're funded by the government.
The government, yeah.
So the government has the right to dictate what is and what is not taught.
Yeah, but that's dangerous because look at what's happening now.
Once again, you can't learn about take your kid and put him in a private school. Right? Like I'm not agreeing with any of it. I know, but it's a slippery slope.
But let's say you can't afford to send your kids to private school.
Then you're going to move on to another state if it's that important to you.
Yeah, but it's kind of fucked up though. It's kind of
why? Because you can still teach it at home. So teach it yourself. Be a parent. No one's saying you can't teach it. You just can't teach it at school. You can't
homeschool. You have to be certified to be homeschool.
No, you don't. First of all, because during COVID, every parent fucking started homeschooling their kids.
Nah, they fucking did a tablet and that's
remember on the other side. Homeschooling. All homeschooling means is that you can pass your GED. That's it, right? But as far as the other shit goes, what I'm saying is not homeschool. What I'm saying is you send your kid to school, and if you think they need to learn about something that's not being taught at school, then as a parent, teach them.
Yeah.
Right? Teach them yourself. No one's stopping you from teach. That's the problem. Parents don't want to teach their kids shit. They want other people to deal with it.
That's true. I can see that. I just think it's kind of fucked up when you're trying to dictate what can be taught in school and what can't. And it's
so it's a vote by politicians at least. So it's still a vote. He can't just pass it on his own. You know what I mean?
So the majority of the politicians are agreeing with him. Like for example, like one of the example, anyway, so let's not even get into
real quick before we wrap it up. Do you have a certification to homeschool your kid, or you just do it, right? You don't need a certification. You just fucking homeschool them. Who's going to stop you? It's your fucking kid.
I mean, what? Okay, yeah, but you also don't, like, let's say I don't have the capability of teaching my kid like the right math for him to learn, like basic math or high school math.
Who's to say?
I know, I get that, but like, let's say you don't qualify to do any of that. So,
but that's the point. It's your child. Who can tell you qualify or not?
Because everybody has a right to learn, to go to school, to attend school.
Yeah, and they have that. But you're saying it. You don't understand. Having a right is them not allowing you in. If the school said you cannot attend the public school, that's what you're talking about, a right to learn.
Yeah.
A parent keeping their child from that establishment isn't violating a right. That's the parent's right, right? To make choices for their children.
Okay.
What about high school dropouts?
Yeah, this is
they're not forced to go to school. They're not like they're a high school dropout. So what happens to them? I've always thought in order for you to be homeschooled, your mother had to been has some type of degree or something. Oh,
I didn't know that. I never looked into it because I never wanted to homeschool my kid anyways. But this is a state where I actually ran into a lot of kids or young men now, where they'd be like, "Oh, I was homeschooled." I'm like, "Holy shit! This is a state where a lot of parents homeschool their kids. At least the people I ran into."
Yeah.
So
all right, let's wrap it up. It's that time. I don't have any fuck out of his. Do you?
Nah, not really.
Well, that show ran longer than I thought. We got into some pretty hairy topics. Good thing. I mean, if Biden was here, this shit would have blown up because this motherfucker be blowing up my DMs every day about this shit. This DeSantis, this school shit, bro. Like, we literally had an hour conversation today alone about this shit. So he missed out on the episode that he would have fucking died to be a part of. Let me tell you what.
It's that this governor's doing some crazy ass shit, and
he might be actually. Are you gonna vote for him?
Fuck no.
Oh, okay, so you're gonna vote for Biden for another term?
If that's the lesser evil, yes.
Do you think it's a lesser evil because the economy in the state of the United States hasn't been in a great position since he took over?
So that could be from the successor.
What
right?
Successor?
That means whatever the previous president, it always carries on to the next president.
So you think he's gonna be able to fix shit? with all the things he got, all his ties to China and all the shit that there's been reported about him?
Well, and he's not the only one with ties to China, because DeSantis had a trip to China, and all of a sudden, in school curriculum, now you can learn about the history of Asia, but you can't learn about the history of Africa. Isn't that some fucked up shit?
I don't know, man.
They all have tied to each other. Everything is fucked up right now.
Let's save that for a different day.
I did tell the wife, listen, we need to get